Hey everyone, guys and gals. Uh, be sure and like this video if you like it, and share it on Twitter if you can. Get as many people as we can watch this thing, and if you can, down below any comments and stuff you can add, help me on my videos. I really appreciate it. So basically, all I've really done here on this on my charts, basically, I identified the critical monthly support areas. And then in addition to that, I've got the monthly, weekly, and daily critical uh, moving averages. Okay. And I got those on my charts and delineated all in one view so you don't have to go back and forth to see where each one of them's at. Okay. And so basically, our critical support right now is this monthly support, which that's what I think they're trying to close the week out at. I mean, there's no guarantee. That would mean we would be breaking the 200-day moving average in today's session on the ESs if that were to happen. And there's nothing to say that they can't put a higher low in today. So basically, if you take the measured move from yesterday, the high to the low, and draw a line, well, this is the line right here. I just transposed it over, and 4,300 was my target earlier this week. That's that monthly low for September and October support. Okay, monthly low support. And so basically, you notice how we can't seem to lift here. So basically, you had this move down. We can't seem to lift right here. I think big money was trying to anticipate a move down into that support to finish the week out. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. Big money yesterday, it looked like that's what they're trying to set up for today's action. Now, that's no guarantee that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, I think that's what big money was trying to achieve with yesterday's sell-off. Okay, let me go on the daily chart here. Start with that one. NQs here. Okay, so what we got, we have actually come into a major support. See all these multiple supports right here on the NQs, and we overshot the 200-day moving average on our NASDAQ. But this all happened before a 20% decline in Netflix after hours. So, just keep that in context. Okay. So, basically, if you take, I go on the 15-minute chart here, if you take the high to the low, transpose it over with the trend line, okay, that's going to bring us down to 14,000. Okay. So basically, if we break our support right here, okay, that is a September-October support. That's a monthly support area on the NQs, okay? So if we were to lose that, 14,000 would be the next logical target. If you go back out on the daily, okay, and that 14,000 brings us back to this breakout area right here. These breakout highs that has never been tested. So if the NQs were to continue to break down today, which could very well be the case, that's kind of what they were you're thinking. That's the next tier for a test. Would be the 14,000 area. Would be the next tier. That is not support. Your main support. I mean, your very significant support for a correction is all the way down here around the 13,000 area. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on that. Now, your biggest problem child from this week, and that is a breakdown in the Russell. Okay. We have over a year of price action that has collapsed. And if you go on a time frame 2 years here, we have broken out of this prior support area. This prior support area has broken. So keep that in mind going forward into today's session. So we have got like 2 days of selling pressure in that scenario. So we do have a broken pattern. We are bouncing off a weekly 21 SMA right here, right now. So keep that in mind that, we did have a little bit of support right here. So bottom line is, I do want to point something out. I'll show you right here. You see these wicks right down here? Okay. these wicks right here happened end of 2019. Well, if we were to duplicate the move that we had yesterday, that would take us into those wick areas. Okay, so keep that in mind and bring us all the way down to the even 1900. So that's another thing to think about. So all those wicks and stuff way back from 2019, that would be the bearish case. We'd be breaking the 50 SMA, weekly 50 SMA, which we haven't even tagged that yet. So that suggests we're most likely coming down into that, possibly here. We'll see what happens on the longer time frames. So just keep that in mind. Now, that does not mean we're not going to go back up. I mean, they could rally this today, and they could actually rally this. Another scenario, activate. Another scenario is to bring us right back down into that support, and in this case, they would be taking us back over this 200-day moving average, and then bringing us back down later this afternoon. That is another scenario 2 that they could be doing here for the Russell. Right now, that's what it looks like they're trying to do here. So do want to keep that scenario out there as well and close the week at or near this weekly 21 SMA. Okay. So I'm going to keep my video short. I do want to point out SMH. SMH is a broken chart if you go on the daily. So, definitely looks like some more bearish action. That's why I'm leaning to think we're going to break lower on the Qs, because we potentially have a broken chart pattern. See, that came down like a rock, and the 200 days right below us here. So, this really looks very dangerous, in my opinion, that we're going to be breaking. That's a breakout pattern, that we are going to violate that breakout pattern today. So definitely want to keep that. And then also, if we do continue lower, I'm looking at these transports to break down. So it's another one to definitely keep on watch. We got a weekly 50 SMA. We're testing right now. So if we were to continue to go lower, I'd be starting to look for the transports to be breaking lower as well. So just a couple things I do want to float out there today. I don't know if I'm going to be long or short. I got a lot of other traders that I listen to, some really key guys, and I'm going to be trading with them. But I will post it on Twitter, some of my trades, and we'll go from there. I'm still leaning to the bearish side. I did have a couple trade ideas that I was looking at, like on SPY. I was looking at going into next week. Possibly getting the 435 puts on SPY for this is your support area for a move all the way down here to the 425 area. Okay, on SPY. One of the ideas I was looking at, and I was also looking on the Qs for a possible move, getting a 340 puts 2 weeks out for a possible move all the way down to the 325. So, okay. Couple things I'm looking at here. These here are no longer valid. I got to take those off. But a couple things I'm looking at here, okay? Thanks a lot for watching, and I will just DM me or anything if you guys have any questions.